episode 329. Thank you all for listening to episode 328, Trebek Wars 3, part 2. I am half of the reigning, defending podcast trivia tag team champions of the world, or just White House in Toledo area. Gray Lamarck.
I'm the other half of the reigning, defending. Is it two-time?
Three-time, we're one-time champ, defending 3 times, so.
Okay. 1 time, 2 time, 4 time, 5 time Bear podcaster of the world. Bear.
And?
I'm just a participant. Cody.
I know. I got to get you a new tag partner. We tried. You and Peapod though ran it in wrestling. You guys almost had us.
That's the wrestling part. That's big lead. Yeah, the wrestling part is easy. Just all the other nonsense you gotta deal with.
The wrestling part is easy.
Shit. Yeah. We I know Bear, you probably saw where I sent the text about, hey, Bruce is doing something or ask Bruce anything in a couple weeks. Get that question out there, or questions.
Yeah, I saw that late yesterday, but I looked and they were doing something else. I didn't see it.
No, yeah, because that's this week, and then ask Bruce anything is going to be in a cut. It was like 2 days ago they put it up.
No, I didn't
they
see
asked Bruce anything.
No.
Should have asked him why he ruined the next team.
Well, that's what I can ask him that. That's why I'm waiting on.
Yeah, but he won't talk about anything current.
Oh, it ain't current. It's dead and gone.
Man, that's just wild.
Here.
Yeah, because they got on there. It's time for something new. Oh, 5 days ago they got Booker, and then they put I think it was 2 days ago. They put on there that Cody, you okay? Did you fall down the stairs again?
No, not just.
So 2 days ago, they put up they're going to be discussing Mid-South Wrestling. And then 3 days ago, they said they're going to be talking about Ask Bruce Anything. So if you look back on the tweets and replies 3 days ago, you'll see it. So it'll probably be the Booker T one this week. And then Ask Bruce Anything next week. And then week after that, Mid-South. So that'd be cool. But
should I ask him why Farouk came out as a freaking Roman centurion instead of being the first black heavyweight champion in WWF? This guy coming out looking like damn Armor All dude.
So thanks to Wes Anderson for Moments in Time. Check him out on Facebook, Wes Anderson Music. Give him a follow on Twitter @SongsByWes. Thanks to All Wear Clothing, the first sponsor of Over the Line Sports Podcast. Get in touch with Brandon. He will hook you up with a deal like he hooks us up. allwearclothing.com. Mention Over the Line Sports Podcast. Thank you to Crandall's Quality Lawn Care. Give Sean a call, or landscaping. I think it's landscaping now, but the shirt says lawn care. So give him a call. 419-704-5471. Serves the Toledo and surrounding areas and not.
Wherever AEW is at tonight.
They're going on after hockey. That's where they're at tonight. So thank you to Sean. Get in touch with him. He just aerated and seeded my lawn. He can do the same for you. He's actually coming out tomorrow. He's going to quote. I didn't know this. He actually does, he does actual contracting, general contracting. He's got a guy on his team that does it. They're going to come and quote out what it would be to do the porch and reframe the door. So I'm looking forward to that and get a new door. So Sean can do anything. Crandall's Quality Landscaping, lawn care, construction, demolition, not the tag team. I wouldn't want to see him in that kind of shit.
I am the smasher.
Yeah, so check him out, 419-704-5471. Thank you to Sparty Steve, the primary sponsor of Over the Line Sports Podcast. We appreciate Sparty Steve, everything he does for us. We're still trying to come up with ideas for episode 400, where we're going to go, what we're going to do, if we're going to do the Pod Beats Patty Bucks. I saw that on Cameo now, by the way, that Wade Boggs is on Cameo. I might have to buy the $260 Cameo just to say him and have him talk shit about how we beat his record. And we've done it over and over and over.
$260.
Yeah, it ain't worth $260.
I said Wade Boggs ain't never been worth $260.
But if I can use it for business purposes to promote this podcast, I will front the bill.
Well, if you can write it off, I mean, go right ahead.
Well, I haven't made us an LLC yet. I need to do that too, or a nonprofit organization, whatever we are. So,
A church.
Yeah, we're a church, OTL church.
We should do a live. We should do live 400.
That'd be fun. We should do something like that. But do we do it live on Zoom? Parrots just dead drinking 200 beer?
I don't know. Yeah, on Zoom or a live YouTube link or something.
Yeah, we'll have to get that all recorded. See how we do that. Get it set up. Get the videographers and out there and do whatever.
I mean, that's kind of off-air thing we could talk about.
Yeah, we'll wait for that. But I guess we're pulling back the curtain a little bit for the people. And so you can see all 14 of you. You can watch the show. So, last but not least, thank you to Connell Barrett, datingtransformation.com.
And make sure you get to datingtransformation.com and get that free consultation from Connell Barrett. In the meantime, while you're doing that, though, go to amazon.com. Get the book, Dating Sucks But You Don't, paperback, hard copy, audiobook, braille, whatever you need. Make sure you get it. Amazon.com, Dating Sucks But You Don't.
So it's in braille now?
Yeah, sounds good.
What the
Why not?
fuck
Why
are
not,
you
man?
doing, Cody? No, it
Why
sounds like
not?
zip ties. Where's your kid?
Sometimes sacrifices need to be made for the greater good.
God damn it. Well, please don't do anything illegal. So let's get to NASCAR. Last week, kind of a wild Roval race, man. I mean, you texted us, Bear, and talked about how old Kyle Larson was in trouble, fell back to ninth. He was having battery troubles, and then the some bitch comes back and wins.
I know, motherfucker. I mean, he was on the cut line of potentially missing the final 8 and ends up winning. Obviously gets through that way. So great for Cody and Dub. But yeah, was a pretty wild race. Chase got taken out. I watched probably the first hour-ish or so until the 4 o'clock NFL games are on. But yeah, Chase got taken out. A couple other guys got taken out. So I didn't put up, so I don't know if you have it, but who are the 4 that got eliminated? Because I think it was Bowman, Byron, Bell, and
Harvick.
Harvick, yes, Harvick. He was the other one who got eliminated because he also got taken out and wrecked. So yeah, and he was the one who actually kind of screwed up Chase there for a little bit as well, and beat him up a little bit. But I'm sure that beef will be over now since Harvick is out of the playoffs. I think they said it's the first time since they've went to this format that he hasn't made it to the final 8. So end of an era there. So who are the top 8?
So your top 8,
Larson's 1.
He starts 35 points ahead of the next guy, which of course is Denny Hamlin. So before we get into that, if you look at our standings, you're 3 ahead. You are the Denny Hamlin of this. You have not won a race this year, except he's won races now, but you are still ahead. You're ahead on me by 3 points. I'm inching closer, 2 points a week. And 36 to 38, 10 to 12. But you know who's catching us that we haven't talked about? Dub, man. 3 wins since this playoff started. And he's only 30 out now. So that's crazy to think. Dub could turn around, and we've been talking about you and me running away with this. Dub's coming back, man.
Yeah,
that.
I don't like it.
I don't either. If he would have picked somebody else other than Byron this week, he'd be up there with us.
Yeah. He takes Blaney like Cody does there, and yeah, he'd be right there. So
yep. So we got Larson 35 points ahead of Hamlin. Hamlin is a point ahead of Truex, and Truex is 5 ahead of Blaney. Blaney's 1 ahead of Kyle Busch, not Kurt Busch. Kyle Busch is 1 ahead of Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott is 9 ahead of Logano, and Logano is 5 ahead of Brad Keselowski. So all the guys in the top 8 have won a race this year. Larson has 7 wins. Hamlin has 2. Truex has 4. Blaney has 3. Kyle Busch has 2. Chase Elliott has 2. Logano has 1. Brad Keselowski has 1. So if we look over just to see where our championship drivers are, let's take a gander at this. Brandon's got 3 left. Bear has 4 left. Ooh, Bear, 4 of 8. I have 3 left. I should make these red since we got to get these people out. So he's out, and Parrot's got Hamlin, Harvick, Kyle. So we all got 3, and Barry, you've got 4 left. So that's pretty good. And we all have different guys, which is great. So if all these, wouldn't that be wild if like 4 of our 5 guys are in the final 4? Then we know we're guaranteed that somebody's going to be a champion. And we still got, of course, the championship for the whole year, but that'll be pretty neat if that does happen. So
there's definitely a shot. I mean, there's a chance for that to happen. You know, it's going to get crazy here the next couple of weeks. So,
yep.
Especially starting here in Texas this weekend.
Fast track. That's where they had the All-Star race this year. Kyle Larson was your winner.
Very fast track. And yes, Larson did win there. I'm gonna roll with a guy who I kind of wanted to keep, but he's actually my championship driver, and I think he's gonna win this week and get himself into the final 4. So we're gonna go with Ryan Blaney this week. He's finished top 10 here the last 3 races and 4 out of the last 5.
So as you can see, I don't know if you can quite see it yet. I just got to do the fill color. I also have Ryan Blaney, so we are going to remain 3 points apart.
I like it. I like it. So, all right, I'll be picking first next week unless he finishes dead last. And
well, I'm just going to show mine because I picked mine 2 weeks ago, my final 3 races. So there you go.
I wouldn't have done that if I were you.
Who cares? You already took Chase and Kyle, so I'm not worried. If you take Denny next week, great. We're 3 apart for the last 2 races.
Oh, no. Denny will 100% be my championship driver, most likely. So.
Well, so you can see I've taken it. That's what we got. The Shiv, the motherfucking Shiv, has showed up. Made it just in time.
What's up? Can you hear me? I'm doing Bluetooth earbuds.
Yes, we can.
Okay.
I was telling the boys about, I'll tell you in a minute. We'll get to that in a minute. We got to finish NASCAR. But so Cody Bryant, we don't have Brandon's pick yet, but Cody Bryant, who are you taking this week?
I'm going to go with Kurt 16 pack camo Bush.
And as you can see, Parrot last week got the last place driver again. AJ wasn't a dinger, so thank you, Parrot, for the non-pick. And then Jeremy got Matt DiBenedetto got a 6th. So celebrity pick this week, Shiv. We're putting you on a spot. NASCAR's in Texas. Earnhardt is still dead. Who's your pick this week?
I will take Rory McIlroy this week. I like him in Texas.
Great pick for a NASCAR driver. Great pick. Rory will be he's driving the 101, so be sure to check him out.
No, I can pick somebody real quick. I'll take Kurt Busch.
Following Cody.
Don't worry, Shiv. I tried to.
You got to win last week.
They wouldn't let me.
So all good there. So I was telling Shiv, you haven't heard this yet. I mentioned the Carolina Reapers to you, and I ate an entire one on my Sammy, and then went ahead and decided it was a good idea to just hold off and then drink the milk. And then you didn't hear this part yet. I told the boys already that I did not wash my hands and went and took a piss. And
you got the hot dick.
So it was fantastic because
that's a lesson you learn one time, dude.
No, I'm sitting there like putting lotion all over myself, and I'm like, nope, this doesn't work. Jumped in the shower, doing everything I can. It makes it worse. I got out. I told them, I'm like, I almost took a piece of bread right on my shit and just called it a day.
Yeah, you got to write it out. There's nothing you can do. You have to write it out.
Yeah. Good now. I'm alive. So we're all good there. But you made it just in time because we just started we started at 8:45. So we got NASCAR done. We got to go into, I know we'll talk about baseball. We did our baseball preview last week. What the hell is going on in baseball, by the way? Who's in the finals? The ALCS and the NLCS.
Oh, the Red Sox. It's Red Sox and Astros.
Nice.
And right now the Braves are waiting on the winner between
Dodgers,
the
Giants.
Dodgers and Giants.
Is he still,
Game 5, I think, is tomorrow.
Yep, tomorrow night.
oh, did the Dodgers win last night then, obviously?
Dodgers won, yeah.
They beat them up, I think, pretty good. But when I went to bed, it was 5-0. I don't know what it finished up at.
Is Kershaw pitching tomorrow then?
Hopefully not for their sake.
Right.
I don't know who's pitching tomorrow, honestly. Bueller pitched last night, so it won't be Walker Bueller.
Yeah, I watched like the first 3 innings last night, and it's just like, wow, still in the league. Evan Longoria still in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole team's a bunch of old men.
Yeah, I said, man, I remember that dude. Wow, it's
He's still-
nostalgia, man.
Yeah, is he actually still starting too? Is he playing third?
Yeah, I think he's still starting.
That's horrible. Like, why?
They got Urias on the mound, the Dodgers do.
Yeah, Urias and Webb, right?
Yeah, most likely Cy Young in the NL, Urias, by the way.
Huh. Well,
Hey, 20-3 with like a 2.5 ERA this year, so pretty solid.
jeez. Wow. Well, we'll see what happens. Oh, so we got to do NHL preview. We said that NHL was preempted AEW, so that's just fantastic. That makes my night. But we got to talk about what we're going to do, who's going to be our picks this year. Similar to last year, I'll put it down a little lower than we did the year before. So Shiv, you get to celebrity pick NHL if you know anything about NHL and who you think is going to be in the Cup Finals and everything else. Your champions are the defending champs, Tampa Bay Lightning, lost last night, opening night, to the Pittsburgh Penguins 6-2. The score does not do justice to what it actually was. They scored like 5 goals in the last 4 minutes, basically, because they emptied the net and they kept trying to come back, and then they'd score a goal. Pittsburgh would score on an empty net. I think Pittsburgh had 2 or 3 empty net goals last night. So does not do justice. The Vegas Golden Knights beat the expansion Seattle Kraken. Seattle Kraken, they came out, I think it was 2-3-0, and the Kraken made a comeback, but just fell short. So the Vegas Golden Knights won again last night. And then tonight you've got Washington Capitals playing the New York Rangers, and the Capitals are up, looks like 3-0 in the second period. So last year we got what happened here. As you can see, nobody won a championship last year because nobody got it right. All of our champion picks were wrong, and 3 people had the Lightning, but they had them runners up. So nothing happened there. But Barry, you got anything else on hockey this year?
No, just the poor Red Wings have to open up with the pissed off Lightning tomorrow. So pray for them.
Yeah, that's not going to be good.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
So I guess Shiv, I'll give you the honor if you want it. Who do you think is going to win the Stanley Cup, and who are they going to beat in the Stanley Cup final? And if you have a surprise team, if you have one, or I can let you go later and one of us can go first. But since you're our guest, I wanted to give you the option.
Yeah, come back to me.
All right. Bear, what do you got, man?
So this year I am going to go with the Avalanche winning it all, beating probably. Man, I'm kind of torn because I want to take Tampa. I feel like it's the easy cop out answer, but I think the Islanders are going to get there last year after that good run last year, but they'll end up losing to the Avalanche.
What about your surprise team?
It's going to be the Red Wings. I mean, they're destined to be dead last, but I think that they had a promising last month of the season last year. A lot of those guys are coming back. So, I mean, a surprise when they just missed the playoffs will be a surprise instead of finishing dead last. So I'll go with the Red Wings this year.
Nice. I think it's a pretty solid pick. Cody Bryant, I know you love NHL so much.
Oh boy. Well, I'm do what I did last year and just kind of scroll and point. And I mean, it almost worked out for me last year. Dude, I don't know. Here, let me pull up the teams. And okay. I am going to pick Vegas to win it all because Vegas. My runner-up will be, huh? Oh, yeah. No, they won't do it again. I'm gonna pick. Let's see who won. Who all won last night, and by
The
how much?
Penguins and Vegas.
Oh, eh. Um,
They're in separate conferences.
let's see. I'll go with the Hurricanes.
Good pick. I'm
And
gonna do.
then
Go ahead. Yeah, who's your
I gotta do a
surprise?
surprise team, right?
Yep.
All right. My surprise team will be I can't think of that dude's name now. Doggone it. He probably ain't there anymore anyway. I'll say the Kings, LA Kings, just because they're going back to the 92, the Gretzky jerseys.
Kings. Is it Jimmy King?
No, not that King.
Is he
Not
the
Jimmy
greatest?
King, not
Is he
Don King,
is he the greatest
not
king of all time?
Jimmy King,
Hell yeah.
maybe Don King, but not Don King or Jimmy King, nor
Oh,
the King
Jerry
of
King.
Beers. I'm talking the LA Kings.
The LA Kings. So a team that's kind of I'm going to take Seattle as my surprise team. I don't think they're going to have the success Vegas did. But
Move that one over to the right one there.
oh yeah, thank you. I don't want to thank you for that. I do not want to put it under the parrot. Vegas is going to be my runner up, and my surprise champion. Give me the Florida Panthers.
Yeah.
They're a solid team. I'm just going to put Panthers. Solid team. They got it right there. And as we know, hockey, traditionally, teams that are mid to lower seeded end up getting into the final or getting close up there. They do really well. So I'm going to roll the dice here, take the Panthers over Vegas. Surprise team, the Kraken.
The Kraken?
Shiv?
I don't follow hockey enough to make an informed choice.
So
I like Vegas because they're Vegas and I love Vegas, but that's it. I haven't followed hockey in 20 years.
So Vegas over whom?
Pick a city.
Pick an East Coast city.
Philadelphia.
There you go. And then your surprise team. Pick another city.
I'll go with the Kraken as well. Expansion
Seattle.
team, fine.
That's right. Perfect. So we're gonna get into some picks from what.
Go back really quick.
Damn it!
I asked Nick really fast.
Oh, you did. Good. Did he? Did he?
I got half
Buffalo?
an answer.
Buffalo.
I got half an answer. I got Cup winner Hurricanes, surprise team Dallas. Never mind Pittsburgh. I got no runner up. Still waiting on the answer.
So
put in there Dallas. Never mind Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I mean Pittsburgh's doing this shit without Crosby and Malkin, so we'll see. They're getting old, man.
Crosby is out, isn't he? Too.
Yep.
To start the year. Yeah.
Yep. So we'll see what happens. I do have to add a column in here again for the old Shiv. I'm going to insert column to the right. We'll put old Shivy gets his own column today. And let's talk about last week, though. Big week for the podcast. We'll get down to that in a minute, but let's talk about college football first. Had 10 games eligible last week playing the line. Cody and myself were both 7-3. We had the same exact picks last week. And then Bear was 6-4, and Jeremy and Dub were both 3-7.
Jeremy should have 4. You didn't give him Nebraska there, homie.
Oh, did I not? Sorry, 4. Jeremy, thank you for that. Jeremy, you get 4. So congratulations, Jeremy. Well, didn't you do college?
No.
I thought you highlighted college.
I don't think so.
I don't know. It's all right.
Well, today I saw it was all done.
So
I do want to let you guys know that I won the football pool at work last week. I went 8-2 on my 10 games.
Hell yeah.
did you have to play the line or did you pick them?
It was a straight pick 'em, so we didn't have to play the line.
Yeah.
Nobody got the
We're
Bama
we're
game right, though.
we're men here. We play the line.
I appreciate that.
No, it's all good. Let's talk about this then. So you see what's going on this week. Not as many games in the top 10. So what we do, Shiv, so you know, we pick all top 10 games, and we always, no matter where they're ranked, Ohio State, Michigan, Michigan State, Notre Dame. So
Okay.
most of those teams are in the top 10 except Notre Dame. So
And all of them are
Because-
off.
and all of them are off, but Michigan
That's
State.
what I was gonna. That's what I was gonna ask because I know Ohio State's got a bye week. I didn't know who else did.
Yeah,
Pretty much
Michigan and
everybody.
Penn State, of course. Right.
So here we go. Shiv, since you are the honorary guest today, well, you know what? We'll start with
I'm
Bear.
not old motherfucker. God damn.
What?
You fucking blew that thing up to size
Well,
7.
because we got Shiv here, man. Got to
But
help
my
him out so he
dad's
can
cell
see.
phone.
He's on his phone.
I'm good, dude. I can zoom in. I'm fine.
Okay. Sorry, Grandpa.
I'm old, but I'm in my prime.
All right. So can you still see?
Well, that's too small now.
Oh, terrible.
All right. Here we go.
There you go.
First game, Barry. We'll let you pick since you're on the left. So we'll just go in order like we traditionally do. Georgia, number 1, Georgia, minus 23.5 versus Kentucky.
And I go every other, I feel like, on these. And I think Georgia's gonna humble Kentucky this week. They'll win by 24. Watch.
That's exactly what I was going to say. They're going to win by 24. So also give me Georgia.
What is Kentucky right now? Like 11?
I think so.
Yeah. Cody?
Oh man. Dude. I don't know. This I could see this game being closer than it probably should be. Because I mean Kentucky's not bad, but they're not necessarily, I don't know, they're not necessarily good either. I'll pick Kentucky. Why not?
All right. And then I know Dub, we got to remind Dub to put his picks in. So we'll get Dubs in there. What do you think it's going to be? What's the score going to be, Cody? I know you're taking Kentucky.
Shit. I don't know what 34, like 34-16.
Okay. I'm glad that you can still do math. That makes me happy. So I'll give you Kentucky. Next game, Iowa, number 2, Iowa, minus 11.5 versus Purdue. So home to Purdue.
You don't
Fair.
want my
What,
you don't
should
want
pick,
my
or-
opinion.
Oh, yeah. My bad. Shiv.
Man.
You can give me as much shit as you want about being older. You're forgetting shit on your own podcast.
Dude, the Carolina Reaper is still all over me.
Don't
Literally.
scratch your eye, homie. I think 23.5 is a huge line to cover. I don't know if Georgia's going to come up with that. So I'll take Kentucky for the points.
Georgia's tough, man. You've been watching any of their game outside of their first game because the first week's always tough.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
There's something else. I still can't believe. I know we talked about. We're going to get to them here in a minute, but yeah, Georgia's just blowing the doors off of people.
Want it to be their year, they have to.
Yep, you're right. All right, number 2, Iowa, minus 11.5 at home to Purdue.
Seems kind of like a trap game after last week, but they are at Kinnick, so I'm going to go with Iowa here by 2 tutties.
I also am going Iowa by 3 tutties. Cody?
Yeah, man, Iowa is not even gonna be a game.
Shiv?
Iowa, Purdue's trash.
All right. Number 3, Cincinnati. Minus 20.5 versus UCF.
Yeah, at home, man. I mean, they're going to put it on them. Cincinnati by 28.
Yeah, I was Cincy big too. Cody.
Yeah, Cincinnati.
Shiv.
Luke Fickle all day.
All right. Number 4, Oklahoma minus 13.5 versus TCU.
Feels like another trap game. I don't know if they're going to roll out Spencer Rattler, if they're going to roll out this new kid, their freshman that led them back to beat Texas. Crazy ass game. But I think Oklahoma will get it done at home. So Oklahoma in this one, probably by 20.
You know, I don't understand TCU. They lost to, who'd they lose to? SMU, which, you know, SMU's all right, but then they hang tough with Texas, lose by 5, beat up Texas Tech. So, but they were at home against TCU, or at home against Texas, excuse me. But I mean, it's pretty much all in the same. And yeah, if they start that freshman kid and he comes out like he did, man, I think I'm gonna have to roll with Oklahoma as well. So I'm just gonna take Oklahoma by, I think, 14 safe. Cody.
Oh boy. And Rattler's not starting?
We don't know.
Oh, no.
Oh shit. See. I mean, if Rattler's starting, I'm taking TCU.
I'm with you, dude. He's got the QB1 stink on him.
Yeah.
Well, you can take whoever you want, and if we find out who the starter is, you can adjust. But that's on you to tell me.
All right. Is Gary Patterson still down at TCU?
I think so.
You might be.
Boy. You know what? I'm gonna take TCU if Rattler's starting. I mean, if not, then I'll change it, but I'm gonna take TCU to cover.
All right. Shiv.
I'm in the same boat he's in. If Spencer's starting, then TCU. But if they're going with the new kid, I'll go with Oklahoma State.
Yeah, just Oklahoma State.
Or
Hell, you
Oklahoma,
watching?
sorry.
Been hanging out with Robbie in the lobby too much. I was just reading this. Oklahoma canceled their media session amid report that Caleb Williams is on track to start over Spencer Rattler. That would be great.
So he is. That
Well,
that tells you right there he is.
Oh well, yeah, give me Oklahoma. Dude, like Spencer Rattler is not good whatsoever.
Mhm.
all right, Oklahoma it is. If it changes, let me know. All right, number now 5. Let's talk about what happened last week. So I'm in Texas when this game is going on, and everybody's a Texas fan. Well, two things. Oklahoma first. They're way behind on Texas. Come back. We were sitting. I think we went to Schlossky's or something, and it was 28-7 in the first quarter. And I think I texted you guys, and I was like, Jesus Christ. And then we get back there later and see that Oklahoma came back and won. I was like, you've got to be shitting me. And then I read all this stuff about the kid coming in and driving him back. And then Alabama. So, Parrott, this is the best part. The unluckiest kid we know on this show that's ever been on this show or ever will be a part of the show, Parrott. That day, Saturday, we're in Texas. He needs a new hat. What's he buy? A Texas A&M hat. That morning at Walmart. That night, he's wearing a Texas A&M hat. They're like, oh, my God, go Aggie. Like, all this shit's going on because the show just ended, and everybody's, like, thinking Parrott's a Texas A&M fan, and he's just eating that shit up. So maybe it was the curse of the parrot for the old Bama. That
if that's the case, someone buy him a Mississippi State hat this week, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, man, it was wild. Parrot got to see a lot of shit. There was a fight that started right in front of his table this week. First time he's seen a fight there. He had to actually be a witness to the cops, and so did I. I didn't have to sign off on anything like he did, but he actually had to be a witness for the cops. So
what was the show you guys were at? Was it still Luke Bryan?
Willie Nelson.
Who the hell's fighting? Billy Nelson.
Did one guy's wheelchair bump into another guy's wheelchair?
Right.
So it's two guys, probably mid 40s, and
Oh.
the one.
So pot with Willie the fuck.
So this one guy cuts in front of like in line. As you know, Shiv, you've done this with me enough. You know, people just jump in and do whatever they want. So the one guy behind this guy, both big guy. The big guy that was in front of Parrot was jacked, and he was about 6'2". The guy behind him was about 6'5".
Oh, I got it now. Von Dutch versus an affliction. All right. This
Yeah,
ain't no more.
pretty much.
Yeah.
So what happens is the guy cuts in front, and the guy behind him starts bitching at Parrot that, you let this guy cut, and Parrot's like, I'm just selling the stuff. And then the guy comes up behind the guy that cut in front of him, puts him in a headlock. Like puts him in a headlock. Parrot just backs away, and I just glance over, and I see the guy get out of the headlock, throw a punch, and hits guy, and he's going after him. And then two other guys are chasing the guy that was in the headlock. So these three guys now are trying to attack him. He's running away. Here come the cops. Four of them. The guy that was getting attacked was just fighting off people. He clocked a cop. So because he was just trying to fight people off. So Parrot had to come through and tell the guys like, no, this guy was defending himself. They put him in a headlock, and he was just swinging as these guys were trying to attack him. So finally they let that guy go. So Parrot's like, I just saved this guy's life, saved him from going to jail tonight. I'm like, yeah, you actually did, man. Because they asked me, they're like, what did you see? I'm like, I literally glanced over, saw the guy in the headlock and come out of it and start throwing punches at these other three dudes. And two of them were chasing him. And I was like, yeah, those two sitting right there were chasing that dude. So like, he did nothing wrong. Well, he hit a cop. I'm like, he's fighting off three people. He's just swinging. Like, you can't fault the guy. He's defending himself. So they let him go. So it was wild though. Parrot, I told Parrot he started a fight. Good job. Probably that A&M hat, but that was Friday night actually that happened. Saturday he got lucky and he was an A&M guy.
Wild. That's wild.
Oh, it's about to get more wild. The shows I just found out that we might be doing here in the next 2 months. So it's really gonna get wild, but I can't say it on air yet. So we'll save that for off the air.
You know how that fight started. So,
Oh God.
you got diamond studs in your jeans? Yeah, they're on my back pocket, not on my front pocket. What are you doing wearing those carpenters? That Von Dutch hat? What?
Oh
This ain't
man.
a Von Dutch hat. This is an affliction fitted. Ah!
Bear, Alabama at Mississippi State -17.
I don't think Nick Saban. I don't think he takes well the losses. So yeah, pray for Mississippi State.
Mississippi State's last game they played, October 2nd, beat Texas A&M at Texas A&M.
Yeah,
But I agree with you.
pray for Mississippi State.
Pray for Mississippi State. That doesn't matter. Every given Saturday, right? Alabama's going to crush them. Cody.
Hey, you should spray tan. Don't be spray tanning. Stand in that tanning bed like a real man. Fuck you,
I
buddy.
think Cody's onto something. I think we all know that both of those guys have warrants for late child support, right?
Yeah, they probably do.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm taking Bama as well. They're going to bury them. They're pissed off.
Yeah, they're absolutely pissed.
Has Saban ever lost 2 games in a row
No,
at Alabama?
not at Alabama. I don't think at LSU. I don't even think he lost 2 games in a row at Toledo, dude.
Yeah. Maybe in Miami, I guess.
Miami, the
Probably
Dolphins.
last time.
Yeah.
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 Maybe last time you ever lost 2 games in a row.
When he was on Belichick's staff in Cleveland, sure, all the time.
So they lost back-to-back games back in 2015.
Really?
Yeah.
Texas A&M.
Huh?
That Texas A&M year when they lost to Manziel and Mike Evans. That'd be about that timeline, wouldn't it?
So they lost the Sugar Bowl. Lost to Oklahoma in the Sugar Bowl. I don't know who else they lost to.
But not in the regular season, 2 games in a row.
So that would have been the year they lost to Auburn then on the last second field goal, probably.
That might have been.
No, that can't be right because
No, that was
they-
earlier than that, wasn't it?
that was still in the playoff. No, because they played Ohio State that year in the playoff still, I think.
Saban hasn't lost 2 consecutive regular season games since his inaugural season in 2007.
Whew. Yeah. Even with the points, it's not happening.
That's wild. Yeah, that's not good for them.
Who's the
So here-
quarterback there? Greg McElroy?
So yeah, what dude? It was 2013. I'm sorry. It was Auburn and Oklahoma in 13. So it was playoffs. But then also in 2008 they lost to Florida and then Utah.
Utah.
In 08?
Urban Meyer there?
Yeah,
That's what
it
I-
would have had
yeah.
to have been.
Well, Urban was at Michigan, or no, he was at Florida because he had a national title.
Yeah, that's right.
In 08?
Utah would have been earlier.
Yeah, beat Ohio State.
He grinded on
That
them
would have,
pitches then.
but those would have been Urban's kids. I bet those would have been his recruits at
Yeah.
Utah.
I think you're right. So Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan are all off this week. And so you got Oregon, number 9 Oregon, minus 13.5 versus Cal.
Again, at home. Give me Oregon.
Same.
Yeah,
Cody,
Oregon.
Shiv.
Yeah, Ducks.
The surprise team in the top 10, 6-0, had 2 wins last year. I don't know how the hell they're 6-0. If you would have told me that Michigan State would be 6-0 to start the year, I would have laughed at you.
It's
So-
insane.
Michigan State still getting no love on the lines. I think they're aren't they 5-1 against the spread this year? They're only one's Nebraska, right? And it was a point?
Yeah. Well, because everything's been under everything's been under fucking 7 points.
Yeah, and which is insane, and it's still under 7 points.
Yeah, let me it's a tough one because I think it's going to be a close one here, but I'm still going to go with State. It'll probably be another OT game, but they'll probably win it with a touchdown this time. But I mean, they just haven't played anybody.
Yeah, they're actually 4-0-2 against the spread. Interesting. 4-0-2.
Indiana just has not been the team that we thought they were going to be this year.
Right.
They are horrible. Same with Northwestern. That's what we thought week 1, that Northwestern was going to beat Michigan State. Michigan State handed it to them.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is, like, if you can't stop Michigan State running, you're screwed. Like, they look good when they're running. Their quarterback's like a 50% passer, but he doesn't need to throw. And when he does, like, their running game's all over it. He's torching them.
Yeah.
It's just tough. They haven't played anybody. Northwestern, Miami. Miami's 2-3. Youngstown State.
Miami was an 8-point favorite. Still cracks me up.
They were ranked 24 at the time and got killed. They had to beat Nebraska in overtime. Probably the best team they've played so far is Nebraska, and they had to beat them in overtime. Beat Western Kentucky and they beat Rutgers. So now
I told Shiv they've got 6 games left. They're going to end up 3-3 or 2-4. They probably lose to Michigan. They're at home to Michigan, but they're probably going to lose to Michigan.
I don't think
State,
Michigan's good either. They haven't played anyone either. They just had to
Played
with the refs to beat Nebraska.
Yeah, true.
Nebraska played them hard. I was actually I expected Nebraska to pull it out at the end, but
Yeah, Nebraska's record doesn't really show who they are. I mean, their first game they lost to Nebraska or to Illinois. That was just bad. Week 1 coming out. We always talk about week 1's tough for people. Lost to State by 3, lost to Michigan by 3. Shouldn't have lost that, and lost to Oklahoma by 7.
Yeah.
At Oklahoma.
They never should have fired Bo Pelini. He was winning at least 9 games a season for him.
Yeah.
He was an asshole, but he was winning.
And here,
because he snorted all the cocaine out of Nebraska, they didn't know what to do with that big ass.
So fun stat. I didn't know this. Michigan State is just the 5th team in FBS history to have all 3 people over what they did in the same game. So passing the quarterback over 300 yards passing, running back over 200 yards rushing, and a wide receiver over 200 yards receiving.
Yeah, it was the first time I think they had someone over 200 yards receiving since what? Like
Charles Rogers.
Was it that? I couldn't remember if it was that or what it was. But and then the first time rushing since Bell or Ringer or some shit like that. But
Yeah, I mean it was wild.
But I mean, go back. Okay, so we'll go back really quick. Michigan beat Western, beat Washington, beat Northern Illinois, beat Rutgers, beat a shitty Wisconsin team, and beat Nebraska by 3. I mean, and they play Northwestern. Then they got State. Then you got Indiana, then Penn State, Maryland, and Ohio State. I mean, you haven't played anybody yet.
Penn State's going to beat them. Ohio State's going to beat them.
Oh yeah,
they should
probably beat them.
Yeah,
but we got to see how good Ohio State is too. We don't know yet. We'll find out. There's rolling people now, but
they're not playing anybody right now.
No, they lost to Oregon at home. We're going to see how they are when they play Penn State.
They have 2 teams. They have 2 teams left that could give them games going in the regular season. That's it.
Well, they do go to Nebraska. You don't know. They go to Nebraska. You never know. There's always that game that's a fucking trap game for them out of nowhere.
Nebraska ain't been good since Eric Crouch was there. Like, I mean, come on. Like, what are the reasonable expectations of Nebraska? To walk onto the field and not trip over your shoelaces? Like, seriously.
Yeah.
And then Indiana, they can't even spell Indiana right on their jerseys. Like, that's the expectations for them. We didn't even care about y'all enough to spell the name right.
Yep. So everybody's got State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
Okay. And then Notre Dame's off. So pretty boring week. It's really boring.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, honestly, what's the best game out there this week? Oklahoma State and Texas, probably.
Yeah.
Kentucky and Georgia, maybe.
So Bear, we're gonna remain tied in this too, just like NASCAR. No shift. We're both 39-29. Dubs 26-31. Cody's 30-38. Picking against the spread. So it should be interesting. But NFL, is that bot still winning in our NFL pigskin pick'em?
The ESPN 473-25696 bot is still winning, but we have closed the gap on the bot. They had 12 wins this week. We had 14 as a podcast.
Nice.
So the bot, who has not shown themselves, is 58-22. The Charlie Batch fan club is 56-24. We are 54-26. Eric 2341 is 53-27. Marcus Wellington 51-29. Ryan T 50-30. Ex-wife and Judas in my mind both at 48-32. The Jersey Jets fan in Ohio at 47-33, and the Pod Dad still at 1-0, the only undefeated team.
Pod Dad, he's gonna win this all, but he doesn't know that it's not win percentage. You got to have the most wins. Sorry, Pod Dad. Sorry, Pod Dad. All right. So, what 2 games did we lose on as a podcast?
Assuming the Browns, that was 1.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I lied. No, you guys took the Chargers.
That's right. We did take the Chargers.
So we lost on Washington football team. Why did we take them? I don't know.
Who they play last week?
Atlanta.
The Saints.
Oh,
the Saints. Yeah.
We all took them except Jeremy, and we lost on Carolina.
Oh yeah.
Which should have won that game.
Yep.
And those were our 2 losses last week. Good week for us. Good week.
Yep. And so all of us had 13 wins except Dub had 8.
Yeah.
That's great. No, it's a good problems to have. So yeah, poor Dub.
And the one supposed to be leading kids on the field too.
Don't mean he's leading the NFL picks.
Yeah, because what happened? Oh yeah, thank God we all kind of went with each other. So I lost the Raiders. You guys had the Bears. Bear lost the Browns, and we took the Chargers. And then Cody lost the Chiefs, and we took the Bills. So it worked out, as we would need it to.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, the Colts should not have choked to the Ravens.
No. God, that was horrible.
That should have been a loss. And in all honesty, the Browns should have won. I mean, they got hosed on an absolute shit.
No, they didn't. They played after them calls.
100% terrible call. 100% terrible call.
Did the game end on that call?
Yes, because it was 4th and 4, and it would have.
Did the game end on that call?
Okay, you can say whatever you want. Horrendous.
It didn't end on that call.
the NFL had to apologize for it. So you can say whatever you want. I mean,
No, it didn't end on that
Fourth
call.
and
There was still
4.
time left, and they got the ball back after that. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't
Are
hear
you
no
done?
excuses.
Are you done talking? Because Are you done talking? Because they went and scored a touchdown because the refs had to give them an extra shot. So
They scored after that.
they were on their own
again.
fucking 32.
They should have stopped them.
Kicked a field goal. They would have been up by 10. That's okay.
They had time to stop them. They should have stopped.
Did Baker get fined because of everything he said after the game?
He said to forward him the fine. I heard. I don't know if he ever did or not. I haven't seen a money amount yet, but
okay.
He
knew it was and he was right. They should not have been in the position to give the game away the way they did. So I see both of your points, but that might be the worst officiating I've seen all year in the NFL, and I've seen some bad shit. So
yeah,
these refs are like the age of like half of these players' granddads.
Yeah,
like half of these dudes shouldn't even be out there.
Has COVID fucking ruined everything? I mean, I can't get a Wendy's cheeseburger, and I can't count on the officiating not to suck.
You can't get a Wendy's cheeseburger?
Oh no, you ever like drive by and you see the signs? It's like, sorry, we're closed. No one wants to work today. There's like one kid running the entire place. They have signs on the drive-through. I mean, it's that way. It's that way everywhere.
I went to my bank today and I had to meet with them, and they're like, yeah, usually we have 6 tellers and 4 of us are on here in the offices. There's 2 in the offices and 3 tellers. I'm like, wild. And Kroger, I was there last night, and there was 2 lines and everything else was self-checkout. And they had a hiring event today. They had 10 positions open. 10.
How many people applied?
I don't know. I don't know how many were there, but I told my father-in-law, I said, hey, just go work in the liquor store. It'd be easy.
Yeah.
Like, it's the easiest job ever. You can probably tell him what you want to make.
Right. No, and then he can text me as soon as Buffalo Trace drops their weekly shipment off for their allocated bourbon, and I'll be right over. I don't know if you guys have seen shit like this. I'm driving through Sandusky last weekend because of my stepdaughter's birthday, and the Fazoli's has a sign out front that says $100 cash weekly bonus to all employees. That's how bad it is.
Fazoli's still in the league.
I'm surprised Fazoli's is still open.
Well, they opened a Raising Cane's across the street. I don't know how much longer it's going to last.
We're at.
Oh no, Fazoli's is going to stay there.
Shit.
In Sandusky, now we have a Raising Cane's in Sandusky. Yep,
Fazoli's is going to stay there. I mean, like Fazoli's is outlasted. Freaking.
Can we just
Ryan's? Go ahead.
No, I just want to bring this up. Can we just talk about how overrated Raising Cane's is?
It's the skyline of chicken tenders.
Thank you. I wouldn't go as far as Skyline, but
I mean, if you want to eat, like gross chicken tenders, yeah, go to Raising Cane's. More power to you.
I'm not hearing any of this.
Soggy chicken.
I'm not saying it's the Skyline chili.
So wait a second. So I had it one time in Bowling Green, Kentucky. It was the one time I had it, and for as much as it was talked up, I thought the sauce was overrated. The food was delicious. Their cane sauce I thought was overrated for what they talked it up, but I think I heard too much talk. If I wouldn't have heard it, I mean, it was still good, but I'd take Chick-fil-A sauce. But I still think the chicken, the food, the bread, the Texas toast, everything they do with it, absolutely delicious. Great food.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to Zaxby's.
Zaxby's is good.
No.
Yeah, Zaxby's is a lot better. Go to Zaxby's. If you have taste buds, go to Zaxby's.
Dude, I was in Georgia. I had some of the worst food of my life at a Zaxby's in Georgia.
Ooh, which part of Georgia?
Like Atlanta suburbs.
Oh, well, there you go. It's too many. Never mind. It's 2 different Americas. It sounds like a Gwinnett County. If it was a Gwinnett County Zaxby's, then yeah. And you got to go to Fulton County and eat. Can't eat in Gwinnett. 2 different Americas.
So this past week though, Parrot, when we were in we flew into Austin, Texas, and then we were in New Braunfels, and we're actually in Canyon Lakes where we stayed. And Parrot got to have all he wanted to do was have a Whataburger. So good old, you ever met Scooter Shiv?
No.
Oh, Scooter's the best. So he's like, hey, Jake, you guys hungry? I'm like, I'm good. Jake's like, Jake, you want a Whataburger? And he calls Jake TikTok now, by the way. This guy's 71, is from Texas. Jake, TikTok, you want a Whataburger? That's all Parrot wanted the whole trip. And I was like, I forgot Whataburger's actually all right. They actually cook it fresh. It's some good stuff. And then we went to In-N-Out later, and I'm like, I remember how overrated In-N-Out is. Great.
It is. It really is.
Overrated.
Whataburger's pretty good.
I do like Whataburger. Did you know? What's that? You never had that? It's all South.
I had In-N-Out because I had to, and you're right. Totally overrated.
Yeah. And, it's like Whataburger's really good. You said you've never had it?
No.
No, it's good, and it's all fresh, and they're big burgers. And I think we had like a jalapeno cheddar burger. It was really good. And Parrot got the same thing, and it was good stuff, man. But fun fact about Whataburger. So can you guess what the gross revenue per store, the fast food chain with the highest gross revenue per store, what would it be?
Per store?
Mm-hmm.
Chick-fil-A.
Correct. So Chick-fil-A is number one at like 4.8 million a store. And this is as of like 2018. Oh yeah, absolutely. But number two is Whataburger, and it was at like 2.8, 2 million less.
Still impressive, though.
That's still impressive. But yeah, they do down there in Texas, they are everywhere. Everywhere. I think the closest one to us is in Missouri.
Are they efficient like Chick-fil-A? Because obviously Chick-fil-A makes that because they're efficient.
I wouldn't go that far. We took a while when we went in. It took a while, but it's not like Chick-fil-A. Yeah, Chick-fil-A is efficient. In-N-Out's efficient. They do the same shit, but they're just overrated.
Yeah. Don't have good
I think In-N-Out is a step above McDonald's, but way far below Five Guys.
Yeah, that's a fair assumption.
Oh yeah.
I like that take. Hey, Cody, since you're
Five Guys is average. I'm not big.
All right.
Here to argue
I want
today.
a bunch of
Yeah,
grease.
he is going to argue. This is like every goddamn week.
Like, if I just want to eat grease and bread.
Okay,
yeah,
give me
I'll
the
go
burger
Five
place to
Guys.
go to.
The burger place to go.
Give me the
to?
top three burger
It's a
places.
real burger.
It's got to be a chain though, because we're arguing chains right now. If you're like looking for best
chain?
burgers, yeah.
Oh man.
Because I like Red Robin and Five Guys for chains.
Ooh, Red Robin.
Oh, here we
For a chain burger, yes. I'd rather have a burger
Oh.
like at Swig in Perrysburg, but yeah, I'll take a Red Robin burger over a McDonald's burger or a Wendy's burger.
All right, Cody. I want to hear it. Top three since you're arguing. Oh God, overrated.
I just said Five Guys was average, man. I'm sorry.
All right. What's the top? I want your top.
Man.
Come on,
Huh?
Cody. I want to hear what you like. I think you're just trying to argue with us today.
No, I just don't eat burgers. I don't eat fast
Oh,
food
now
like that.
Oh,
I'm just not impressed. Like I haven't been impressed by any of them.
is he dodging the question?
No,
I think the
Because
guys on
it's
ESPN
fast.
would say, "Come on, man."
like
Because it's fast food. Fast food burgers aren't great.
no,
They're just
no. And I mean, like if I gotta pick a top three or whatever, there's only three that I've ever really had, and it would be like Five Guys, Wendy's, and who else? And Burger King.
Burger King.
That's it.
God, dear Lord.
So have you had so you haven't had a Whataburger either? Oh man, this is some good stuff.
No. Like I don't know, man. Like don't impress me, you know.
Well, I know now that we got off on a tangent on food. See that Shiv, by the way, this has become a pop culture food music podcast. I just need you to know that as well.
right.
It has become that. So you came to the right show. So back to football. We got to do NFL picks here. NFL. All right. So last week like you said, 13-3 for all of us. And this week we've got some picks. Shiv will get you a column in here as well. So Shiv is in the picks. I'll share the screen again so we can get back to this. First game.
Do you guys do straight pick 'em or do you guys
Straight pick
do
'em in the
betting
NFL.
line? Okay.
All right. So straight pick 'em. Bucks at Eagles. I think this is across the board.
Go with the Yuccaneers.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, buck it up.
Chip.
Same.
Dolphins at Jags.
Sounds like Tua is going to be back this week. I just, God, man, Jacksonville at home, I just feel, but Miami, I just don't think is that bad. So I got to go with Miami, even though Urban got off the hook this week with the John Gruden news.
Yep. Yeah, he did. Forgotten now, but I'm going to go Jags this week. I think they finally get a win. First in 21 games it'll be now.
So you're jagging off this week.
I'm jagging off this week with Urban.
You're grinding on him.
This seems like a game that's going to end in a tie.
100% right.
Like, I'm dead serious. Like, this feels like a game that's going to end in a tie. Yeah.
It should be tie
slash. If I have to pick, though.
This is in London, by the way. Hey, this is in London, by the way.
It's in London?
9:30. This is a London game.
Oh, Jesus. We must still hold a grudge over the whole Revolutionary War thing, huh?
By the way, they still have never sent two over 500 teams to London ever. Just FYI.
Yeah. Well, I seen something about that. I guess, like, the NFL, they, like, pay the teams to go over there. And I guess whatever amount that they're getting paid to go over there, it like makes up for a lot of the teams that go, like, their home revenue. So like it's kind of worthwhile for them to go.
Well, they have to. I mean, you're not gonna. This is the problem: is that if you go back and look at every home team, I mean, most of it's been Jacksonville. But if you look up every team, I mean, it's teams that have shit attendance. Simple as that.
Yeah. I mean, if I have to pick, I'll pick the Dolphins.
All right. Fins for the podcast. Shiv.
I kind of want to pick Urban Meyer because I think he's actually having a nice rebound week after the grind. John Gruden's emails have gotten him off the hook in one way. I think a win is going to seal the deal. Part of me thinks he's distracted, and that bothers me. But favor might be in his cards this week. So it's just fucking Miami. So yeah, we'll go Jacksonville.
I like it.
Hopefully he goes to no pubs in London while he's over there.
Oh God.
I would bet that his wife will be attending this trip with him.
I think Shelly will be there as well.
Yeah, Shelly will be there.
She is off Twitter on London time. I guarantee it.
Absolutely. All right, chefs at football team.
I mean, the Chiefs can't go 2-4. They just can't.
Yeah, chefs.
Yeah, chefs here.
Same.
All right, I assume this next one's probably across the board too. Rams at Giants.
This is your survivor pick of the week.
Rams need to get it together, man, because those DBs are awful. Rams DBs
they're going against Mike Glennon this week, so it's a good time to get good.
They all think they're Jalen Ramsey, and they're not. And it just looks awful. But yeah, I'm going to Rams. Oh, long neck, Mike.
Ovi just scored a goal, by the way.
Second.
Is it a second?
Yeah.
Huh.
The
Nice.
second of his period, actually.
Wow. So Rams across the board. Texans at Colts.
Go with Indy this week. After a heartbreaking loss, it's tough to come off Monday night, but the Texans aren't that good.
100% agree with you there.
Until Davis Mills is no longer quarterback.
I mean, he hasn't looked awful. man. I don't know. This game is kind of spotty too. Oh, jeez.
I just need to
I'm going
remind people,
Colts.
if they ever listen to our show and you go back and listen, about, I don't know, what would you say, Bear? It takes about a minute and a half to do all our picks and another 15 minutes to get Cody's picks in. Goddamn, Cody.
Check that record, bitch.
Yeah, I will. Here, you ready? 30 and 38 in college.
College.
56
about
and
college.
24.
Nobody cares about college sports betting except for degenerates.
56 and 24, man. Ugh.
Yeah. Shut up and make a pick.
It's on my pick. Shiv's pick.
Indianapolis.
All right. Bengals at Lions.
This feels a little bit trappy too, but I'm sure old Evan McPherson, after his 8 missed field goals that should have beat Green Bay last week, will hit a 68-yarder to beat Detroit this week. So give me the Bungles this week. Jamar Chase, 175, 3 touchdowns this week.
So I got a little inside scoop. Parrott is 0-4 when he goes to the Bengals games. The Bengals are 0-4.
If he's at the whole game, because
At the entire game, yes. Because if he leaves, they win.
Nah.
Parrott is going to the game this weekend.
he'll get too drunk and won't make it.
Well, he's going by himself, so he can't. He won't.
Who goes by themselves to an NFL game?
Parrott. But I'm going to take the Bengals.
Greektown is within walking distance of the stadium. I know this, and I've been to a few Detroit games. I've gotten fucked up every time, by the way. So, yeah, he ain't making it.
Yeah. Bengals for me.
Is Burrow starting?
Yeah.
All right, Bengals.
Shit.
Bengals.
All right. And Packers at Burrs.
I think this game is going to be closer than what people think. I think Khalil Mack's going to rain down on Aaron Rodgers, who's still he just don't look right. But I have a feeling Green Bay will end up pulling it out again. So give me the Packers.
Yeah, I'll take the old fudgies.
Yeah, Packers.
Shiv?
I'm going to be the odd one out. I'll take the Bears.
All right. Fun game this week. Chargers at Ravens.
That's the best game.
Yeah. That or Cardinals and Browns. Those are both good games.
Yeah.
This is a tough one.
This is a tough one. There's got to be a pick 'em. I mean, I can't imagine either way that Chargers are a 1-point favorite or Baltimore's a 1-point favorite. So, Baltimore's just looks so rough, and then they just come back and Lamar does some crazy shit. But Chargers, after a tough game against Cleveland, going to the East Coast, I got to take Baltimore here. Have to. It's a long trip.
And Baltimore is actually -3.
Really?
Yeah.
They have to be putting in the game against Cleveland and the travel. They just have to.
Where was that Cleveland game?
It was in LA.
In LA.
Yeah, I'll take the Ravens just solely based on that.
Man, these dudes they travel for a living. That travel don't bother them. They going to Baltimore. They ain't got shit else to do but focus on the game. Ain't like there's no strip clubs out there. They ain't taping that load of the wire. And Baltimore starts way too slow. You can't do that against the Chargers. I'm taking the Chargers, and they're gonna run away with it too.
Oh, you made a pick? Jesus. Next.
I'm
Ravens.
sorry. I try to remotely make sports remotely exciting, seeing as picking them ain't too exciting.
So, wait, I just want clarification from Cody. You don't think there are strip clubs in Baltimore? Because I've not been to Baltimore, but I think there are.
I mean, nothing worthwhile to like make you stay out all night to
We got to
Oh,
ask.
yeah.
argue for a game.
We got to ask Wes
Like
Anderson.
a Toledo 5 is like a Baltimore 10. I get that, but they're still out there, is what I'm saying.
And there's
I know.
there's strip clubs on e-course, buddy. So it's all right.
I mean, unless there's like a drink minimum, like
there are probably no drinks, soda only. Fully.
I mean, if them strip clubs out there probably got more than crab cakes in it.
They got the first part of that. They might have the second part of that.
Man, my buddy used to live in Mansfield, and I drove out to visit him one time. I passed a strip club outside of town, and it was called Hog Heaven. I'm not making that up.
Was it the former Fantasyland? Was out in Fitchville?
I have no idea. It was Hog Heaven
Oh.
outside of Mansfield, and I got to believe that they had better talent than Baltimore does.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you got to fly into Baltimore, like you might as well just go to DC.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So next game, Vikings at Panthers.
Panthers kind of coming back to earth here, but I'm going to go with Carolina at home.
Who did they just play?
Eagles. They lost.
And they lost. I think that streak continues. Give me the Vikings. Cody.
This is going to be the
I'm taking COVID Kurt.
Vikings it is. All right, Vikings
Also
for the pod.
Vikings.
All right. Usually when this happens, Carolina will win because that's how the world works. Yep, mark it up. Cardinals at Browns. This will be definitely game of the week. Browns 3-point favorite.
I was about to say I saw today the Browns were a favorite, and all teams are bound to lose, and it's going to happen to Arizona this week. I think San Francisco shut Kyler down last week, and they still pulled it out. If they would have lost, I would be taking Arizona, but being 5-0, I think it's going to be the Browns week. So give me Cleveland here.
I actually agree with you. After that tough loss, just coming back, I think they can shut him down. They get to him. Those ends, man, they're going to get to him, and they're going to make him do.
Clowney needs to play.
Yeah, they're going to make him do some shit, some dumb shit. So yeah, Browns
Is
are
Myles Garrett hurt? Is Myles Garrett playing?
I think he ended up coming back. I think he was questionable, but I'm sure he'll play.
Yeah, he came back.
Okay.
Is Clowney playing though?
That I don't know. I thought they said he was on the field in LA and just couldn't quite get through pregame. So I would imagine that he's not hurt if he made the trip, did warm-ups, and just couldn't quite get out there. So my guess is
Knee soreness, not elbow injury, kept Clowney out on Sunday.
he'll
Past Sunday. So he's going to play. So Cody. Anything? Bueller?
All right. Something just happened. It like disconnected and reconnected.
Huh.
All right. Yeah. Is the game in
He's there now
Cleveland?
this week.
Games in Cleveland and games in Cleveland, and Jadeveon Clowney will likely play because he was out just because he had knee soreness, not the elbow injury.
Well,
Yeah,
see,
Cleveland's
now
got
you talking
3 at home.
you talking strip clubs now. See, Cleveland got better strip clubs than Baltimore. Nah, man, I'm going with the Cardinals.
Okay. Shiv.
Browns, they're playing pissed off.
Raiders at Broncos. The without John Gruden Raiders playing at Denver.
Yeah.
Who's quarter? Is it Drew Lock still?
No. Teddy
Or
played.
Teddy's still in.
I was shocked because he got a concussion and he made – I thought that if you got a concussion, you were out the next week in the NFL. I was wrong, got lucky because if I knew Teddy was playing, I would have picked Denver against Pittsburgh. Thank God I had to guess. But Teddy's still playing this week. Too much distractions in Vegas. Give me the Broncos at home.
Well, what? Musashi he's the coach now, isn't he? Special teams coach, isn't he the coach now?
Yes.
The interim.
Yeah. I mean, he's always wanted to be a head coach. So here's your way to prove it, man. Give me the Raiders. I think they bounce back from Gruden and just show people it's not a big deal. See you, John. By the way, Tampa took him out of the Ring of Honor too.
Really?
Yeah.
Man.
Cody.
Oh boy. I mean, it's not like the Raiders were ever any like good.
No.
Oh man, I'm taking the Broncos.
Shiv.
I'm also taking the Broncos.
All
It's been
right.
a distracting week for the Raiders.
It has been. Cowboys and Patriots.
Trayvon Diggs going to have pick number 6 to start the year on little Mac Jones. So, yeah, give me the Cowboys.
Well, he's actually going to have pick number 7.
Well, sorry, 6 in a row.
Yeah, 6 in a row.
6 in a row.
Yeah, 6 games in a row, number 7 on the year. 100% agree. Does he run it back? That's the question.
No, he'll get tackled by he'll get tackled by Mac Jones. Let's say.
All right, give me the boys still. I think he continues the streak too. Give him
New
7
England
on the year.
New England threw up some bulletin board material about how the Cowboys defense is overrated too on WEEI, their big radio station out of Boston. Just FYI.
They're going to destroy him.
Yeah.
They're going to kill him. This is going to piss him off even more.
Poor Dak, man. Dak can't get no credit for nothing around them parts. I see.
What?
Jeez, Dak is
All they've
like
been
a top
talking about
5
is
quarterback
Dak.
this year.
That's all they've been talking about is
talking
Dak.
about Trayvon Diggs, man. Give Dak some like credit. Going to Cowboys. They ain't blowing them out too.
I don't know what the hell you're watching. Cowboys fans still probably don't know who Trayvon Diggs is.
He won't be and he won't be MVP if Brady keeps up on his rate, but he'll be comeback player of the year for sure.
Dak? Oh, yeah, guaranteed.
Cowboys.
All right, Seahawks at Steelers.
Unfortunately,
Sunday Night Football.
gotta go with Pittsburgh, man. Russ is out. Geno Smith. Yeah, no thanks. Give me Pittsburgh.
Agreed. Cody?
Seahawks. Geno looked good.
For about 5 minutes.
That interception wasn't his fault. That interception at the end of the game. And if it wasn't for Lockett tripping over his own feet,
Yeah,
the Rams would have messed around and lost that game.
it's like the opposite of what I heard you say about the Browns.
Exactly. Yeah.
What about the Browns?
Exactly. Shiv?
What are you talking
Pittsburgh.
about? What did I say about the Browns?
I'm not going back down this road.
What did I say about the Browns? All
Bills
I said
and
was Geno
Titans.
looked good. I didn't say anything about the Browns except for if Clowney was playing.
Give me Josh Allen and the Bills. Oh, I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a really close game. Really close game.
Is it just me or have the Titans been really underwhelming this year? I agree
They've
with you.
been
It's going to be
the
close,
same team.
but they've been, yeah. It's like that
They've been
Titans,
the
but I
same
mean,
team
more
they've always
underwhelming,
been.
but more underwhelming than even previous years. Outside
No,
of like,
no.
He's running all over everybody, but
No, Derrick Henry just don't have any like 200-yard games this year. He's
yeah,
usually got
Yeah,
two
just
of them
only
by now.
175 yard game.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And 3 TDs.
Yeah, so I mean, like they're the same old Titans.
All right. So you got the Bills or Titans?
Bills blowout.
Shiv.
Same.
All right. Falcons, Saints, Jets, Niners, all on bye weeks this week. So that's okay. And I gotta get the old face page up to get to Jeremy and tell him we need some trivia. And but I did have some fun. I don't want to. It may or may not be fun. I'll just ask you guys some questions and see what you think. Who is, in terms of how many games played, and which season? The who is the top dog in terms of quarterbacks to win their 100th game in the least amount of games?
Russ.
Russ is correct. Who would be next 6 games later?
I think it was Peyton, wasn't it?
That is correct.
Yeah, I just saw this somewhere.
Oh, that's good. Who was third then?
Who was third?
He's still playing.
Was it Brady?
Yeah. All right. So that was an all right one. What about, I think you guys saw this isn't a trivia one, but well, I guess this could be. Who is the only head coach in the NFL to win 100 games with multiple franchises?
Andrew Reid.
Correct. All right.
Did you just pull every stat from Sunday NFL games?
That one I did. I hadn't watched any. I hadn't watched any games. Who was the last rookie quarterback to beat Tom Brady? These come up on my phone and I screenshot them.
Now that's a good one.
Geno Smith.
There you go. Geno. Marshawn Lynch is now the NFLPA's first ever chief branded ambassador. In this role, Lynch will support the development of players past, present, and future, both on and off the football field. So before we get back to more questions, what do you think of that? Is that a good pick? Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty
of
much
course it is. I mean, he ain't going to say anything. You know he doesn't. He probably don't email, so he's good.
Here, we'll see. We'll give this one to Shiv. Who are the only 4 quarterbacks to defeat all 32 NFL teams?
Wow. Of all time, right? Are we talking current players?
Ever. Only 4 guys have beat all 32 teams.
Tom Brady,
Correct?
Ben Roethlisberger,
Nope. He's always
Joe
played in
Montana?
Pittsburgh. Nope.
Brett Favre.
Yes.
Missing a big one there. A big forehead and neck.
What? Aikman?
No.
No, Peyton
What?
Manning.
Yes.
Sorry.
One more.
Is this a current? Is this somebody? It's probably not somebody current. How old are we going back for this 4th one?
Not far.
Stumped on that one.
Dude,
Who
I
was
don't
a
know.
good one? Cody, you got one?
So I
Was
think
it
anybody
Breeze?
that play that long.
Drew Brees. There you go.
Drew Brees.
Drew Breeses. That was a good one.
Philip Rivers didn't do it.
Nope.
He would have been my other guess.
I don't know if you guys saw this in terms of NASCAR. Larson was the first driver in Cup Series history to win 3 different road course races in the same season, but they used to only do 2. So, not surprised.
Yes.
But I didn't realize that when I saw it. I'm like, huh, that's
I
wild.
didn't realize he won 3 road courses this year.
Right. What was another thing? I was looking at stats the other day for like Brady, just insane. 44 years old, what he did. I thought this was fun because you'd like this as a Cowboys guy. Cornerback Trayvon Diggs said he cried when Nick Saban, because a lot of people don't know this, Saban moved him from wide receiver to cornerback. He called brother Stefan, a Vikings wide receiver at the time, and his advice was to get to work because he was capable of making the transition. And he said he thanks Coach Saban now.
I would think so because he's about to get paid.
Well, this was an ESPN stat, so you probably know this. Here, this will be another good one for the Shiv. Shiv, who are the only players 21 or younger with 400-plus receiving yards and 5 TDs in their first 5 career games? Hint, one is this year.
I don't know ages of players, though. That's my problem. No. Ask Cody. 21 and under?
Bear or Cody?
Okay, so how about this? The one this year plays for the Bengals. I give you that one.
Yeah. He went to LSU. He didn't play last year.
Jamar Chase for sure.
Jamar Chase. Who's the other?
There's only one more. I thought there was 4.
Nope, just 2. With 400 plus receiving yards and 5 TDs in the first 5 games. 21 and under.
I don't think I think Randy Moss.
You are correct.
Is it Randy? Okay.
It's Randy.
He was if he came out after a couple of years or more. So it was my only thought.
All right. And then I saw this Lamar Jackson tonight. This was the other night. ESPN stats. So thanks, SportsCenter. First QB in NFL history to complete 85% of passes in a 400-yard game. I was surprised by that. That's wild. And then highest completion percentage in a 40-pass game in NFL history, 86%. Franchise record 442 pass yards. Overcame largest deficit of his NFL career, 19. So, but those first 2, I was shocked. It's like, damn, Lamar Jackson is going to be in the statistics as a passing quarterback and 2 pretty good stats.
Surprised that wasn't like Jared Goff or Alex Smith for, captain checkdowns out there.
Yeah, checkdowns. Figured it could be. So, well, that's all we got for this, except we do have to get some trivia. I did let Jeremy know that the Shiv is on the show. So I don't think the Shiv's on the board. Do you have those updated standings?
He is on the board now. So right now, updated standings, Gray, you got 177, Cody at 131, myself at 159, Parrot at 61, Peapod at 12, Wes Anderson at 2, and Shiv is new, so 0.
And thanks again to Jeremy, who hosted last week and did the trivia. He did a great job. So he's going to be back to host again. Peapod filled in as the tag team partner for Cody. Shiv, you may have to make a return and be the tag team partner. I don't think you were ever his tag partner in our tag title matches.
I've been paired up with Cody before.
But not on here for the tag titles, have you? I thought he always had
No.
Parrot and then Peapod. So we may have to bring you back. In the 32-team era, who's the only player who's had multiple seasons with at least a dozen sacks for 2 different franchises? Texans, Bills.
Texans, so it's recent since they just, came around in like 2. Texans and Bills.
Oh, I got to open the chat box, don't we? Shit. So, Shiv, I don't know if you remember this. We do it in the chat box. And we just wait. I'll count down 3, 2, 1, and then we'll send it when we're ready.
I don't have a guess. You're good. I don't.
Hmm. Who the hell would play for the Bills and the Texans?
I know, right? That's tough. It's got to be something early. It's got to be early Texans,
Right.
04, and then with the Bills, 05, 06, when they still sucked and no one knew who they were. The problem is the first thing I think of Texans is fucking dumbass J.J. Watt. So he's stuck there. Watt and Clowney are the 2 I think of.
Right. It's got to be somebody from like that Rob Johnson era Bills. When they had those like CFL.
I would think
jerseys.
it would have. I would have think they would have started with the Texans and went to the Bills and did this. Not started with the Bills and went to the Texans. My thought.
Yeah. We ready?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Can't think of anybody.
All right. I was just going to go with Buffalo Wild Wing. We got
So
nothing.
none of
This
us
one, he
have a
stumped
guess.
us.
Yeah, that's tough.
First time none of us had a guess. Legit guess.
Get the fuck out of here.
Mario
Mario
Williams. Oh, my God. I forgot about Mario.
Oh, that bust. All right.
Yeah, so it was Texans
Like a
Bills.
top 5 pick.
Yep.
Like those 12 sacks were the only 12 he got in both places too.
So Jeremy's excited for the NBA starting next week, which we'll do our preview then. Maybe Cody and I can have a place will have to place a fun little wager as to which team makes it further between the geriatric Lakers and his Utah Jazz. Since Shiv is on the show, did he or any of you guys see the new Chucky show the other night? I've always been a Child's Play fan, so I enjoyed it. It was cool having the original voice of Chucky back. What are your thoughts for those of you who have seen it? That's all I have. See you for wrestling. Have not seen it.
Either
Yeah, me neither.
I don't want to offend him. I've not seen it, and I'm okay if I don't. I'm a pop culture and horror film guy, but I'm over slashers, and yeah, I don't care. I saw the new Chucky movie with Mark Hamill doing the voice, and it's not as good as Brad Dourif, but it's whatever. It's a Chucky movie.
So you're not going to watch Halloween Kills on Peacock this weekend?
I'll probably check it out because Mike Myers was my favorite growing up, but I don't expect anything of it. I mean, the slasher movies just kind of trash now. If you want like something that's kind of fun to watch Malignant on HBO Max. It's at least
good?
Interesting.
Huh.
I don't know that it's good. I can't stop thinking about it because it's a very interesting premise, and I've not seen anything quite like it.
Do they run the movie like top of the house throughout, kind of like they show in the previews? Is that how they do it? Like camera wise, like it's all weird and shit?
The camera direction's pretty all over the place. It's a James Wan film, so the guy that did like Saw and those films, he just wanted to do something that hadn't been done before. I thought it was interesting. My buddy Jason hated it. My buddy Clay liked it. I liked it enough to recommend it if you're a horror fan.
We know all of them. You know that, right?
Yeah.
The rest of the audience doesn't, Dick.
But yeah, people in the audience might not know.
The audience, they've seen and heard Clay, especially Clay. They haven't really heard Jason. They heard him once.
Maybe we have new ones in Australia again. You don't know that. But
yeah,
this is the thing that sucks. So spoiler alert, just in case. So I was at, because someone asked like, oh, when was the first Halloween? Then we started talking about the Rob Zombie ones, which I liked a little bit more. But I looked and I was like, okay, going through the franchise and all that. And I was like, okay, this has got to be the last one. It's not. They already have one lined up for next year again.
Yeah.
Halloween Ends. They already have a name for it. I'm like,
this
stupid.
No, they plan this trilogy out. So Halloween and then Halloween Kills and then Halloween Ends. And I think they're kind of shooting them kind of back to back. And I'm with you. I didn't mind the Rob Zombie ones at all. I thought they were pretty well done. The guy in the Michael Myers costume was Taylor Maine, used to be a wrestler in those films. So he was also Sabretooth in the first X-Men movie.
Okay. He just looked bigger and badder. I think that's why I just like the Rob Zombie style, I think, a little bit more. Like I also enjoyed House of a Thousand Corpses too. So I think that's just the style that I like.
Yeah, he's got an aesthetic. It's definitely takes you back to those old Grindhouse type of that old the cool thing about that movie, I mean, it was a recent movie, but it felt older. He had the way he shot it. So I appreciate it too.
The older, the current gore, right? The real gore, the good, something like that.
Yeah, and with horror anymore, I want to be interested and I want to be startled. I don't want this. I hate the whole torture porn stuff where it's just like body horror and gross shit happening. I don't need that, but to each their own. Some people like that stuff, and that's just not my thing. I don't know. I don't want a movie that makes me want to take a shower afterward,
Right. I get you.
But check it out. If you liked, trying to think what I'd compare it to, like how Heredity was different and not necessarily great, but it was different. This is different. I don't know that Malignant's great, but it's something interesting I've not seen done before.
Yeah, okay. Well, I like that in a movie though. You have to. I mean, honestly, my girlfriend made me watch Conjuring for the first time, which I haven't seen. I'm not a big paranormal like that aspect of it, but I mean, it wasn't bad. So
you want a really good horror film that a lot of people did see a couple months ago was Blood Red Sky. It's a foreign film about vampires, and it's basically snakes on a plane, but vampires. It's fucking great.
Okay. Blood Red Sky. Got that.
On Netflix. Yep.
Okay, cool. It's that time. That time for horror movies.
It's that time, and it's also that time for us to end this. But you know, I do have to make a few quick comments since we're talking shows and horror movies and everything else. As a Batman fan, since I have another Batman fanatic here. If you have not yet, and you are a Batman fan, go watch Long Halloween Part 1 and Part 2 on HBO Max. It is fantastic. And then also turn around and read Three Jokers. Read it last night. Picked it up last night. Read it all last night. Wasn't that long. But definitely check that out. I'll have to let you borrow it, Shiv. It's pretty good. I want to hear your take on it as well. And I think it'll make a better film than it did a comic in reverse of Hush and Killing Joke. Those made better comics than they did movies. So
that's a low bar, dude.
Yep, it is a low bar. Yeah, for those that I had to tell a friend of mine that's a parent of a kid in Grayson's karate, and he's a big Batman fan too. And I had to tell him like, "Hey, watch Long Halloween. It's really good." He's like, "Yeah, I saw Hush is on there too." I'm like, "Watch it first and then read it, because if you read it and then watch it, you're going to be disappointed."
So pissed off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was like the Killing Joke when, you know, Barbara Gordon became they're a sexual item. Great. That's
right.
That's creepy. She's dead to her. Okay, weird. Uncle Bruce, basically. That's fucked up. So again, check those out. Thanks to Wes Anderson for Moments of Time. Check him out on Facebook. Wes Anderson Music. Give him a follow on Twitter and Instagram at Songs by Wes. Thanks to All Wear Clothing, Crandall's Quality Landscaping, Connell Bear, datingtransformation.com, and of course, Sparty Steve. And for those of you on Social Security, you're getting a 5.9% raise in 2022. As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night.
Well, congratulations to Cody Bryant for that 5.9% raise.
Should have known it was going to get the Batman.